The fact that you would take away members' earmarks simply because they refer to the LGBTQI plus community is insane, is bigoted. You know, here we are talking about housing law in these three different earmarks. And if you look at the studies, the aggregate of all state available data shows the level of discrimination for gays and lesbians and gender identity is equal to that of discrimination in housing by race. And if you were to take away earmarks because they went to the NAACP or the Urban League, you would rightfully so be called racist bigots. But when you do it to the LGBT community, it's another frickin' day in Congress. This is below the dignity of this committee. There is absolutely no excuse. The fact that for too many people, unless they're personally affected, they don't give a damn. Think about our colleague, a member from, I believe, Pennsylvania, who voted against the Respect for Marriage Act, and that weekend went to his son's wedding to his same-sex partner. Think of the embarrassment that family went through at that point, and you all don't think about that. Think about me as your colleague. I told you the story about a plowing guy. Okay, fine, the guy doesn't want to plow my driveway. Whatever. But did I share with you when I used to get the article when I first ran for office where they wrote "dead faggot" over your face and sent it to you in the mail? Or the time that when I wasn't out yet, left a gay bar and two people followed me and beat me with a baseball bat till I was bloodied and unconscious and called me a faggot? This is what you guys do by introducing amendments like this. Taking away from people's earmarks is absolutely below the dignity of Congress and certainly the Appropriations Committee. They always say there are Democrats, Republicans, and appropriators, and now we have to say there are Democrats, Republicans, appropriators, and unfortunately a bigger umbrella called bigots. Because when we do this stuff, that is what happens. Look, you started on the trans stuff. I understand. The conservative movement threw some spaghetti on the wall and found that most people didn't know someone who was trans. So it was easy to attack that because there was a fear factor. And then it slid to, you don't like cloth, pride flags. All right, fine, ridiculous, but somewhat harmless. And then you said you can't discriminate against someone who believes marriage is between a man and a woman, even though the law says differently. That's just absurd, but harmful. But this today, saying Congress is going to take away the earmarks of your colleagues, of your members who want to protect people on housing, and you put it into this amendment and you make a good person who's the subcommittee chair have to put his name on this shit. My apologies, Madam Chair, for my language. But this is below the dignity of this committee to be attacking our colleagues and their earmarks simply because there are 4 letters in the names on this. Do you realize how absolutely absurd the behavior of this committee is about to be? This is, Madam Chair, I respect this committee so much. I was so glad to get on appropriations because I don't have to go to judiciary oversight and government reform and spit on each other every minute of every day. And yet that's exactly what you're doing today. This is spitting on every single person who is LGBTQ+, but also our allies and others, because it's a slippery slope. You went from attacking the trans community to now affecting everybody in the community. And the next slippery slope is who's next. We are above this, Madam Chair. I would hope that we will fix this before we get out of here today. If not, I'm sorry that this happened today to the Appropriations Committee, and I hope that we are not permanently damaged by this action. I yield back.